My name is Geminai Endevarous, stage name, real name Shavarr McFarlane. I'm from the rural parish in Jamaica called St. Thomas. It's a very beautiful place, very nice place to be.
Yes.
I've been dancing basically all my life. Dancing is my career now. It's what led me to the path that I am on now, which intertwines into fitness. So I'm teaching both dance in schools, teaching dance for choreographies for weddings. I'm teaching dance in corporate programs for workout, and that jump right there, mixing dance with fitness, was where I got introduced to fitness, which got me to do a certificate in personal training, and that's basically what I've been doing. I have always been dancing. The first artist I remember that I was very fond of was Elephant Man, and he always had dance songs. That's what his songs were. That's what he was popular for. And my memories in my head when I was a kid, I was always dancing, but I wouldn't say that I was a dancer. I think when I got the real love for it was in high school. I went to Kingston College, and there were a lot of dancers there. Every time, morning it's dancing, lunchtime it's dancing, after school it's dancing. It was just so, even persons that were not dancers were dancers, if you understand what I mean. So I think Kool Rivers went to my school. He was one of the dancers there too. The person that taught me to dance is now a DJ, as in a disc jock. Yeah, he was there. He's cousins, I think, with Cosmic. Yeah, so that's where I got really the love for it. And then after high school, I just realized that I'm really dancing a lot. So yeah, it just took me away. Well, in terms of the journey that my life has experienced up to now, in that aspect of the journey from birth to now, St. Thomas is the home of my physical body. It is the home of all that I have been doing, because basically 90% of the experiences and who I am now, I learned from being in St. Thomas, and that's what has been taking me to where I am now. That's all the rules that have been guiding me up to now. But in terms of spiritually now, I don't think I've found a physical place that I would say is home, that I literally identify with for me and who I am or who I want to be. And so home is still a place that I think that I am searching for right now. I cannot answer that question based off experience of any other country, because I've never left Jamaica before. But based on what I have heard, you know, persons that went away and experienced, I think what makes persons want to stay in Jamaica, you know, other than the normal things that you would hear, the vibe, the parties, the food, you know, stuff like that. I mean, you know, as a Jamaican, somehow you feel connected to the country when you're here. You feel more welcome. You know, there's a bigger sense of freedom when you're here. And when I say freedom, I mean spiritually, right? I mean emotionally. The only other freedom that I see other countries offering that may be better than the one we have is financial freedom, right? So that would be the reason some persons would leave as well, right? But you know, some small things like in Jamaica, I can walk out of my home and I can go anywhere in the country without having to worry about things like racism, you know, and stuff like that. So the country just gives you that sense of I can really be in a space without the intense, you know, prejudice, anything that has to do with racism or, you know, stuff like that. you know. So those are some of the things that I think that person would want to stay here for. If it was just me, I can't say I would leave Jamaica and live somewhere else, or I can't say if I would or I would not, right? It depends really and truly what is the best decision for the future and what opportunities I'm getting in the moment for the betterment of the community that I'm from, the parish that I'm from Jamaica, the betterment of myself and my family. But now it's kind of a little bit difficult for me because I have a son, so yes, I cannot ever picture myself moving away from him unless
he's coming with you.
Going to come with me, or it is going to make life much better for him. Well, the advantage is that anything that I create, me personally, would have to do with my culture. It would have to do with my history. Not only as a black person, but as a Jamaican. You know, our story, our fight, our journey. So anything that I create will come from that history, you know, and you get a sense of it spiritually. You know, it's stronger when you're here, as in you're literally on the ground that your ancestors were, your grandparents, your great-grandparents. It is here that everything was actually formed and created and grew and evolved. So, you know, in terms of that strong sense of spirit, you know, I think for creation, it's better when you're here because there are so many different things that you can be inspired from being here. I mean, in terms of advantages, you know, inspiration, you can get it anywhere in the world, but for me, I think it is a lot stronger based on even what I've seen persons that have left Jamaica. You know, when you look at their work, I mean, the level is still high, but in terms of it being as authentically Jamaican as it can be, yeah, you can see that it kind of dies out and moves away. But the challenge is there's not a lot of support, and when I say support, I mean on every level in terms of, you know, especially as a dancer, it's hard for you to tell your family that you want to become a dancer. That's what you want to pursue a career in dancing. It's not seen as something prestigious or something that you can take care of yourself and a family from. So there's not a lot of support in terms of the government and you know, just infrastructures that help to build and create a path that, as somebody that loves dancing or even any creative aspect of the arts, can create a clear path for them so that they know that this is where I can go to be somebody and to make a change or to help my family or to be better for myself, you know. So that also gives you a sense of you don't feel secure. I mean, and then again, I'm not going to say that there aren't any opportunities for persons in this field to be better, but I mean, the information and things that can really help somebody that is in need, you know, I find it very hard to come by because of more than one reason. So I would say that that's a disadvantage.
I hear that.
Disadvantages of being a creative person in Jamaica. To be honest, I don't think that it would be better in terms of your career, in terms of funding, in terms of opportunities. I don't think it would be much better, especially for persons living in first world countries. I mean, in terms of opportunities that you can get there, if you're thinking about your career and you're thinking about money and a family, for me, in my opinion, I honestly think that there are a lot more opportunities outside of Jamaica in that aspect, right? I would say try to build as much as you can there. Try to save or try to invest as much as you can, because when you come back, depending on the level of popularity that you have, work may be a little bit hard to come depending on the type of creative person that you are, right? So I would say to make sure that you have a lot of investments, that you have something to fall back on to give you time to build up your name, your reputation, until you can get to the level where you can stand on your own 2 feet in terms of your creative career, right? That's the only thing that I would really give them advice, because it's very difficult here for most creative artists in Jamaica in terms of financially. And I mean, everybody loves it. I mean, it's your passion that you do, but at the end of the day, you still need to live. You still need to be somebody, and there are always going to be bills. Things are getting so expensive now, so
yeah,
I wouldn't want to tell them all of the positives, the sunshine and the beautiful, this and that, without advising them firstly about financially, because that is what is going to make or break the artist. To be honest, no matter what country or place you are in, there are always going to be some challenges that you will have to face, regardless.
Yeah.
In terms of welcome, Jamaicans, whether you are a Jamaican or not, I would say generally, not all the time, generally, the country, you would say that we are very welcoming persons. I mean, because our motto is out of many, one people. So it doesn't matter your skin color, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your religion. We tend to be very welcoming to persons that come into the space, So as a Jamaican living outside of Jamaica, to come back and try to be involved in the space or to be a part of the space, I mean, I think you should find easing into it back not very challenging on that aspect, because as I said, generally we tend to be very welcoming.